Good evening, sports fans. This is George with Custom Tide Flies and Guide Service. And we're going to do a tutorial on this bug is called CWK Salty in shrimp. So, excuse me. Let me, give me a second. I'll get my lighting straightened out and I'll be right back. Okay, the ingredients in this one, they're going to be in the description after this, but I'll walk you through what I got here. This is a saltwater pattern, so I'm going to use a saltwater hook. This is a Mustad 3407 DT. I like to bend my barbs down. And I'm going to put a 7/30 seconds or 5.5 millimeter bead on the front of it for some weight. And then I'm going to add 10 turns of, excuse me, 0.025 lead. Then I'm going to put a touch of super glue on here. Let me just slide that up in there and set that off to the side to set up. So once that's set up, I got my Danville Flymaster 210 denier thread. And I made this little rabbit dubbing here that I'm going to use. Excuse me. I'm using rabbit Zonker from this color comes from Nature Spirit. But the rabbit Zonker I trimmed off and I put in with some orange flash in a coffee grinder and came out with a nice shrimpy color. So I'm going to make a dubbing loop here. And then I'm going to, well, let me get my hooks, got my little dubbing twister. And then I'm just going to take some wisps, just kind of spread them out in that dubbing loop. And while I'm doing that, we'll talk a little bit about the cold water killer. So, cold water killer is a bass pattern that a buddy of mine saw in a sports outdoor sports magazine, and he sent me a picture of it and said, "Hey, can you build this?" So I said, "Well, sure, I can build it." So I built it, and it was really effective. And, you know, we really liked the pattern. And I thought, well, maybe I might be able to use something like that for the salt. So when I looked at the movement of it, it looked very shrimpy. So I said, well, let me try to do that in shrimp colors. So the shrimp around here, of course, I live in Leland, North Carolina. So the shrimp around here, of course, there's different kinds of shrimp. There's grass shrimp and you know, there's ghost shrimp and there's white shrimp and there's olive shrimp. There's just shrimp and shrimp and shrimp. So, but the most common are the tan ones. But we get them this color. We get them in olive. You know, it's like the ones you get at the seafood store. Those are more like an olive shrimp. Also, so it kind of depends on what they're eating as to what color they are. So there's that. And of course, I like to tie these just like I do the rest of my bugs. I tie them in pieces so they're sturdier. So I'm going to hang out over here to wait till I'm ready for it. Okay, so the next thing is your rabbit strips. Okay, you're going to cut the rabbit strips into 2.5 inch and I got a ruler here on my desk. That's what I'm measuring against. And then what I do is, like I said, I got a ruler here on my bench, so I take a magic marker and I want to make a dot about 1 inch down from the end, because that's where I want the hook to go through. Okay, so I'm going to make a dot on the Zonker strip, and then I'm going to take a bodkin and push the bodkin through. And then I'm going to take my prepared hook here and put it through the hole. All right. Before I do that, though, I'm going to color that white strip right there. I'm going to color that black. Now, you don't have to do this. You don't have to color it black, but I think it gives it a little better, I don't know, appearance, I guess you could say. You'll still be able to see your hole. Okay, and then that goes in the vise. So get your thread tied in. Ooh. Well, that's the thing about working with rabbit fur, man. It gets everywhere. So you got your flash. Here I'm using Hareline Krystal Flash in root beer. Four strands. You're going to even those up. And I got a shorty. Find the middle. You just lay that on top. Take a couple of turns and kind of rotate that over to the far side, bring it over to the bottom. Okay, and now you got your flash on. Now you're gonna turn your fly over. So this fly is gonna ride point up because the rabbit fur is gonna make it ride point up. And the weight in the front is going to make it sink by the head. So you're going to take these flash strands and you're going to cut them just a little shorter than the shrimp tail here. So by that I mean it's going to ride point up like this, but it's going to hit the water, and you look at see what that's what it's going to do. It's going to go straight down, and then it's going to lay on the bottom just like a dead shrimp, or just like a shrimp, and then you're going to pick it up and it's going to go like that, and these are all going to flare up and do their cool thing, and up and down and dragging, and it looks very shrimpy. Okay, so next is we're going to make a fur dubbing loop. So you need a strip about 3/4 of an inch-ish. And you're going to grab the fur strip down here at the bottom with the hairs pointing back at you and just flare them up. See how they want to stand out. You're going to grab them with your flippy. Just like that. And then you just trim them off. Just like that. And then you're going to pull them out a little bit and kind of spread them out in the clippy. Like that. I got this clip from Amazon. I mean, of course, you know, they sell them. Hareline sells them, and this guy sells them, and that guy sells them, but I got mine from Amazon. And all you're looking to do here with this collar is to cover up this part. Boy, that don't want to cooperate, does it? This dubbing hook is really old. I've had it a very long time. There we go. And I want my loop to open like that. I think I got this dubbing hook in sometime in the early 90s, I think. Well, I bought it before I went to Korea, so yeah. All right, you see how that's nice and splayed out? So just do a couple of half hitches here. You're going to try to rake that back a little bit. There we go. Couple of turns. Just a 4-turn whip finish. That's all you really need. Brush that collar out a little bit. The nice thing about this collar is it's going to push some water, which that's not a bad thing. Okay, well, I got me a little thin Solar-Res UV resin here, so just going to put that on there. Get a nice forever bond, you know, because this stuff is, once you cure it, it's plastic. It's not going anywhere, ever. Hit it with my light. And there you have it. Custom tied Salty CWK Shrimp in 2/0. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope everything was not like blurred out by the lights. Yeah, it probably was. Happy tying.